Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the video. We are in St. Petersburg, Florida, and we are loving life. It's so good. Sun is shining, weather is sweet. Taylor's just gone for a walk, so I thought I'd do a video about our Maxxair fan. One of you guys was asking about it, so I thought I'd do kind of like a review, let you know how it's going and what I think of it. So this is it up here, and this adjusts the fan roof up and down. So right now it's closed, and obviously during the day it lets quite a bit of light through still, and it's the same at night as well. When it's closed or when it's open, there's still quite a bit of light pollution coming through. I've seen a few people use have a dark black fan. There's two models. I think you can get a white outer casing or a black one, and I've seen some people use the black, and I presume the black lets less light through, but I haven't seen it myself. So if one of you guys have seen it, just let us know in the comments there. But yeah, what I can tell you is, closed or not, if you're under a street lamp or something like that, you are going to get a lot of light pollution. That's just how it is. And if you're like me, I like it to be really dark when I sleep. I don't like any light pollution. That might be an issue, but one way I've overcome that is a sleeping mask. This is the Mindfold, so I definitely recommend one of those for sleeping in the van. Now, another thing with this Maxxair fan issue that I've had, I suppose, I hope that view isn't too bad, is this. I'll show you. I'll just open it back. Oh, it is open. Open it back up. You can see how much light's coming through. Now, if you listen, it should come up on the audio, the squeaking, squeak, 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 squeak. That has been a problem with this Maxxair fan pretty much since we got it, on and off. Now, there are some videos you can find on YouTube about taking the motor out, taking the fan off, and cleaning it. That is actually pretty easy to do. You'll need a set of circlip pliers to get the clip off. But aside from that, it's pretty basic tools. I think a screwdriver and a spanner kind of thing. I cleaned it out a few times. It gets really dirty and dusty in there as the brushes wear, as they're rubbing on the motor there. It hasn't fixed it. In fact, I think one time I took it off and put it back together, and it was kind of worse. The first time I did it, it improved slightly for a while. Then we just had the same problem over again. Now, that's bringing air in right now. If I can reverse that, which is a great feature, and it also makes noise on the reverse setting, just not as much. Not sure you can hear that right now, but yeah, there is also like a squeaking. I'll just switch it off on the reverse setting too. Now, that's like a cool thing about these fans though, the fact that they have that reverse setting, because if you had two, you could have one bringing air in and one taking air out. And I've heard that that creates a really good draft. And I've found I prefer to have it running, bringing air in when we're trying to sleep with all the doors closed and the windows closed. But during the day, if I've got a door open and I want more airflow, I find that taking air out of the van actually creates a better draft. I don't know if any of you guys have a Maxxair fan and have felt that, found that too. So yeah, that's how I like to use it. But again, with the squeaking, it'd be cool. I think you can do brushless motors. I'm not like an expert on this sort of stuff, but I think it's the brushes that are making the sound. You know, some people again say it's like the dirt and all the, not the dirt, sorry, but like the little fly, like I guess like dust you get in there that makes it a problem. But yeah, I've cleaned it out really well. Still had that issue. So yeah, I'm not too sure. I think it's just the brushes. Yeah, Taylor just got back actually, so just let me hold the video for a sec. Taylor got back much faster than I thought, but now she's gone out to do some reading, so I still have the van to myself. Not normal that I get alone time in the van. Usually it's the other way around, so that's kind of nice. What was I saying? We were talking about cleaning it, I think. Yeah, so I don't know. Like, I think you can get brushless motors. That would be good. Next thing is actually cleaning the dust off it. Now, if any of you guys have one, or if you're going to get one, you definitely want to make sure you clean these things. Now, you might not even notice it, but this gets pretty dusty, this outside piece, and you can take that off. Jeez. I might have to shorten this clip a bit. Obviously, they're pretty hard to undo. Oh my God. Okay, yeah, so you can take that off. And you'll be surprised how dusty this gets, and you can't even tell. I mean, maybe you can if you're more clean than me, but I couldn't even tell how dusty that was. As well as the fan blades. Now, I've cleaned this only a few months ago. There's a little bit of dust building up on those blades, but they were actually like covered in dust, just like a gray color, you know, dust, last time I cleaned it. So yeah, you definitely want to be cleaning them. You can, what I did, there's a little grub screw just in there. You can get yourself the right size Allen key. I don't remember what size it is, and you can pull that off the shaft, and then just, I wiped it with like a bit of soap and water. And I also cleaned up on top there, you know, and around the motor, and I cleaned the hood because that all gets pretty bad. I think I even had a little bit of mold build up in the hood. I think that's why I initially noticed it needed cleaning, actually, because I noticed that the hood, the roof that goes on top of it, was a little bit moldy. So yeah, definitely want to keep on top of that. Now, I will show you guys tonight, I'll show you how much light gets let in during the night, because I think that's probably pretty important if you're thinking about getting one of these. And I'll also give you a little look of it on the outside before I finish up the video. Yeah, but all in all, I think they're like a really good fan. I don't think there's really much other choice on the market, so it probably is your best option. If anyone else has a recommendation of a fan that's suitable for like a van or an RV, let us know in the comments so we can get like a bit of discussion about it. But yeah, I would say even though it squeaks, they're still really good. That's the only issue for me. If they could be converted to a different motor that didn't squeak, that would be fantastic. Apparently it is covered to an extent on their warranty, so if you got one and it squeaked really early on like ours did, and you were on top of that, you could probably get a different motor on warranty. But whether they're all the same or not, I don't know. Could just be a brushless motor thing, but that's something to keep in mind anyway. Well, another thing while I'm here, actually, I don't know if you guys can see the pad here. So yeah, obviously the cover's not on, but I'll still probably turn it on. You have different settings, speed settings, and we find there's like a really good range in different settings. So I guess there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 8 different speed settings. Now, one thing I never use is this hold to auto set at 78 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, I never do that. Maybe I should be using it. One thing I don't like about that though is this little LED, because who wants to have a bright green LED on all night, especially if it's like us and it's over the bed. So I feel like they could have done that differently somehow. I mean, do we really need the light on there? Maybe there's another way it can like notify us of that. But if I actually use this setting, I would probably cover that up. But you know what? I might test that setting for the rest of the day and see how that goes. Might be interesting just to find out. Now I better put that cover back on before I get my fingers stuck in it. So I'll put that back on now, then I'll show you outside. So since I already had this cover off, I figured, you know what, I'm just gonna take the motor off and clean it. Since I showed you it squeaking, I thought, well, I don't know, we can see if we can get that a little bit quieter, and also I can show you the process. So here we are doing this now. I took the fan blades off, just had the Allen key in there, so it was an imperial size. Loosened the grub screw that came straight off the shaft. After that, you got your circlip pliers. Took the little circlip off, if you can see it, maybe not. And now I undid the 2 nuts on the bottom there. I might close that, I might make it easy for you guys to see. I'm not sure. Yeah, I took off the 2 nuts, sorry, and now, oh, okay. Literally needs to be open apparently to get it out. It's a new one, didn't actually know that. Now I can take the motor out. Now one thing I would probably change is I would cut these 2 wires and have some little, you know, terminals there so you can disconnect it. And obviously I've shut it off, you know, down at the switchboard there, but I would make it so you could, you know, put this on the ground, like take it away and, you know, work on it. That's one thing we haven't done, and I don't have any crimping kit with me, so I can't really do that right now. So what I am going to do though is just undo it and leave it sort of sit up there as I can. Problem is I can't do that with 2 hands, or sorry, with 1 hand, so I need to stop filming. All right, so I've taken it apart now. There's the part that spins, and kind of nowhere to put anything. There's the outside, and I don't know if you can see, but I can tell you that it's basically spotless. The first time I cleaned it out, it had a lot of dust. So yeah, again, it's like kind of shows that that's obviously not the issue. It's the bottom piece, almost completely clean. And then here, the two little, I think they're called the brushes. Anyway, I think those are the parts that are making the sound anyway. Anyway, I'm just gonna give it a blowout. I've got some compressed air here. I'm just gonna blow everything a little bit and then put it back together. Big tip for you guys here. When you put these little brushes back in, because they're spring loaded, sorry about the focus, they just want to come back out. It makes it really hard to align things. But what you can do, see that little knob on the end of the plastic there? See if I can do it one-handed. You can hook it onto the outside of that to hold it in place. Sorry about the focusing. And then once you put it all back together, you want to unhook it and it'll all sit in place as it's supposed to do. Awesome little nugget there for you. Yeah, so I've now put those two bolts back through and screwed them into that bottom plate. Everything's lined up. Of course, I unhooked those two little tabs as well, so it should all spin well. Does it? Yeah, it does. Again, kind of hard one-handed. Now I'm going to bolt it back up in place. Yeah, so I just cable tied this wire back up. Remember to do that so it doesn't fall back into the fan blades. I'm going to put the fan blades on and pretty much job done. We'll see if it squeaks still. All right, the moment of truth, does it still squeak? Yes. Pretty much the same. Let's try and reverse it. Hey, you know what? It might be a little better. But I wouldn't be surprised if it develops to get worse again. So here's the fan from the top on the outside, obviously. And you can see the hood's up right now. Looks pretty neat. I think the 2013 Ford Transit Connect is about 6'11" high with this on the roof when it's closed. Not sure how big it is when it's open. But yeah, I guess it gives you the model number and a few other details on the little sticker there, although it's nearly come off. I'm not 100% sure how to open this up, although it looks like you can do it. I'm actually kind of curious how you get into it, but I've never tried before. I'm not sure I'll be trying now though. Yeah, quite a neat unit. And that's it from the side there. So you can see it looks pretty tidy. I'll close it and show you. And that's it closed up now. Looks good when it's down like that. Very neat. It's probably the nicest looking fan I've seen. And so before I wrap the video up, I will show you the fan at night so you can get an idea of how much light gets let through. Okay, so a few hours have passed and it's dark outside now, and I'll take this quick opportunity to show you, or at least try and show you how much light's let in when the fan is open and when it's closed at night. So I do have like a few lights on for the camera right now, but I'll have to switch all that off and just see if this works. So start by turning these lights off. Obviously I've got the one on my face. Turn that off now. Let's see what you see. So I've actually shut it now, and I was trying to get the clip that actually had a bit of it where you could see. Now I'm opening it, and actually that's a pretty good representation of how much light comes through, guys. So yeah, you can see it's enough to be annoying, you know, when you're trying to sleep and you have that, and then you can imagine waking up in the morning and it's very bright in your eyes. Alright, so that is the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions about the Maxxair fan, just leave us a comment. I'll be happy to answer it. And if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. And thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one.